Go read his letter in the Players Tribune. Go look at his stats. Go look at how good he was everywhere he's been. Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. Give the quarterback a weapon, but not only that, give the weapon a quarterback.
You're listening to the Sports on Tap Seattle podcast. I'm Sammy, and with me, as always, is my older brother, George.
Your favorite place to be a fan of Seattle sports. Now let's get this party started.
All right, so it's NFL draft time, and the Washington Huskies have three guys I believe could go in the first round. Of course, Michael Penix Jr. Some people think he can go in the first, some people fall into the second. But it just made me think, where do I want to see these three studs from the University of Washington end up in after their amazing careers at Washington? And that is Rome Odunze, Troy Fautanu, and Michael Penix Jr. Look, sometimes I butcher pronunciation, so don't mind me on that one. I'm trying my best, and I even Googled them and listened to them like 10 times. And Ben, it's just when it comes out in a natural conversation, pronunciations to me are just so damn hard. But here's the point, and my point is very simple. I just want to go through all three of these guys and say where I hope they end up. Really looking forward to their careers and why I think this would be a good place for them. Let's start off with the first guy, and that is Michael Penix Jr. I really hope at the 16th overall pick of a draft, the Washington Huskies quarterback ends up the Seattle Seahawks quarterback. And I know it might be a little bit of a reach, but man, go read his letter in the Players Tribune. Go look at his stats. Go look at how good he was everywhere he's been. And let's not forget, yeah, there's some injury history, but Indiana football was 8th ranked in the country at one point with Michael Penix Jr. That's Indiana football. That's in the Big Ten. That's a program that's never, ever, ever really been ranked that high before. It was like their highest ranking since the 90s. And that Michael Penix Jr. was a quarterback. When he comes into Seattle, we just got a new coach. Jimmy Lake is gone. And all of a sudden, we go on a magical run. And I'm not a guy who's like, oh, I'm just about winning. Look at Tim Tebow. I'm just saying the guy knows his football really well. And he's a great, great quarterback that I could see ending up being really good. And I'd love to see Hawks to take him. The next guy is Rome Odunze. I would love to see him end up on the Chicago Bears. I really mean that. Look, God, it'd be so nice to see him go from Penix to Odunze in the pros, but it's going to be really hard to find that mixing for it to happen. So the Chicago Bears are drafting Caleb Williams 1 overall. I mean, it's pretty much a given now. And I feel like we've seen it work before. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. Give the quarterback a weapon, but not only that, give the weapon a quarterback. You don't want him to go somewhere with no quarterback. We've seen how that happens in Atlanta, where they get Kyle Pitts, never got a quarterback, and he just kind of sitting there with all the talent in the world, but not enough substance. And then there's Troy Fautanu. And I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm sure we're going to get some comments here saying I didn't even know. Let's see how close I was to pronouncing Troy Fautanu. All right. I have it up here already. And okay, it's not going to play right now. This is riveting podcasting right now. But I listened to it a couple times. Fautanu. Troy Fautanu. I would like to see him go to number 22 to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that'd be a good spot for him. He'd get some playing time. It's a great organization. He'd be blocking for Saquon Barkley. They have some good wide receivers. It's a good offense, and it would be a place I think he could literally succeed right away. He'd get a lot of playing time, and it'd be fun to see a Washington Husky offensive lineman playing in big games from the get-go, and it's a good organization. They've had so many great offensive linemen coming through that organization, so I think it's just a breeding ground for greatness at the offensive lineman position. So there you have it. I want to see Troy go to the Eagles. I want to see Rome go to the Chicago Bears, and I want to see Michael Penix Jr. end up on the Seattle Seahawks. Put it in the comments below. Who do you want to see end up where? This is the Sports on Tap Seattle. Well, part of the Sports on Tap Seattle. This is Huskies on Tap. You can see all the links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.